Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's back and out and did it again one more time. Listen, guys, we are live. And today we're going to be looking for some entry-level positions, some entry-level jobs, okay? So it's going to be a very, very informative live stream. And hopefully you guys stick with me, okay? You guys stick around, right? We're going to be here for an hour or so, okay? Hopefully we 1 hour. We don't stay for too long. We got a lot of things going on today, but yeah, man, shout out to every single one of you guys that's in here. Make sure you leave a message on the chat. I want to see you guys here in the live stream so I could give you guys a shout out. Let me just go in and fix all of my screens, make sure everything is looking good. I have my comment section popping up. Let me know who's here with me right now on the chat. Just make sure you leave a message in the chat so I could go in and give you your shout out. All right. Shout out to everybody that's in here. But yeah, man, let's get started, man. All right. So today we're gonna start with searching on good old Indeed, right? I love Indeed for one reason, right? That I could go in and filter the jobs very easily in here. Okay. So this is my favorite platform, and also too, it works. All right, so I'm gonna go in and search for remote. Okay, and we're gonna start with just HTML. I just want to see what's out there. I want to see the total number, right, of everything that's out there. So it's like 1,000+ jobs. Let's put this by date so we can see what's new today and just got listed. So look at this. We got good old Salesforce developer, right? For those of you guys that don't know, Salesforce, right, is pretty big. And yes, you could start as a email developer, right? What we will call a Salesforce marketing hub, right? You go in through there, you learn more skills as a full stack developer, and then you become a Salesforce developer, right? So there's levels to this, okay? Always remember, like, you got to build yourself up, right? If you're expecting to get this job on your first job, it's going to be very difficult, all right? But the truth is that you can get here by actually going in through the entry-level positions like an email developer and using Salesforce Marketing Hub, right? And then from there, jumping into learning full stack development. Now you have like a year of experience, 2 years of experience, and then now you jump into Salesforce development. This is where you start going from 120 and up, all right? It's a process, right? Don't let nobody fool you and bullshit you and tell you, hey man, you could do it with just a random tutorial on YouTube. Like, it doesn't work like that, okay? So for developertherapynotes.com, 65 to 115K, okay, responded to 75 more applicants. Okay, interesting. So never heard of this company, but yeah, I guess therapies, the people that do therapy, they need to write some notes. Okay, senior software developer. All right, interesting. All right, so they have the software developer. Of course, they're starting at 65 to 115, meaning that this is more like a junior level position. Now, of course, you're gonna see that a lot of these companies, whenever you have anything above 100,000, they're gonna look for somebody who has some type of web development experience. That's why it's so important to get in, right? A lot of people come in and just learn the skills and don't really build anything, or haven't really worked in a team, haven't worked in a company. So then, don't expect the highest pay, right? I definitely suggest, for those of you guys that know .NET, right, or C#, right, are in this space. Sometimes you might not know .NET, but JavaScript, TypeScript, right, 70-80% of the things, right, you have a chance of getting this opportunity, okay? So let me see, ServiceNow, another role in here. This is another pretty big service that's out there, that if you want to get into the ecosystem that I will suggest is Salesforce, Go High Level, ServiceNow, okay? Those three. All right, let me see what else we have in here. Client services, web specialist, again, entry level position. Okay, let's see what it says here. As a client service web specialist. You will be the key point of contact for all clients making updates to their investor relationship corporate websites using proprietary content management system. Okay, this position operates from 12:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So it's most likely like a company in the West Coast. So again, this is fully remote, and you're basically making 55 to 65K. Again, entry level position. This is pretty much just managing a website. So if you know how to go in and basically, use a CMS system, a WordPress, Shopify, right? Most of the things that we teach on codingphase.com, right? This is a great position for you. And again, it's remote. I know the hours might seem a little bit crazy. You might say, damn, I'm in the East Coast. I'm in New York, 12:30 to 8:30 p.m. Well, you got to work 8 hours, right? And if this company is in the East Coast or it's in the West Coast, right? Let's just say, or that's the schedule that you might have, because they might work, different hours, but they still need somebody to work those, the night shift in a sense, where it's like up to 8 o'clock. So might not be for everybody, but shit, if I'm looking for my first job opportunity, I'm taking it, because if you don't have a job and you're not making no money, I don't know what you're doing with yourself right now. Okay, things are expensive and you need to start making some bread. Okay, unfortunately, it is what it is. Shout out to my wife right now working pretty crazy schedule with her new company. Congratulations to her. She listened to your boy. Okay, and this is what happens when you come in, you listen to your boy, and you learn the skills that you're supposed to be learning. You get results. Okay, now her schedule is like on West Coast time, meaning that she starts like 11 o'clock. No, it's from 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 p.m. But she has to work on the weekends. So the weekends is from, I think, 11 to 7, if I'm not mistaken. 11 to 7, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Which is a little bit crazy schedule, right? Especially when you have a family and everything. But guess what? It's her first job, right? She's working with Salesforce, right? She's working in a great company. When she goes in and she does 6 months in this company, yesterday's price is not going to be today's price, meaning that whatever they paying her now is not what they're going to pay her in the next company. Also, too, the fact that she's already getting, experience with Salesforce, she's working with Salesforce. There's a couple of other software that and CMS systems that she's working with on her platform. Also, too, with like Google Cloud, some stuff, right? I don't know all her business, but what's really cool about it is like, hey, once she got this opportunity, it's a pretty good job, right? Pretty big company. Then now her next position, we're talking about, 90, 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So again, sometimes you got to take a hit, especially in this economy. You might say, well, I want to work my regular 9 to 5. Well, I want to work 8 to 4. Guess what? This is the job that's in front of you. Take it. Okay. Everyone has to do sacrifices in this world, right? Even my own wife, I tell her like, yo, you want to get this job? Take it. Okay. It's a good position. They're paying you pretty good. And the next job that you're going to have, because you now have Salesforce experience and you're going to get your Salesforce certification, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's up to you. You want to listen to me? Cool. You listen to me, you find success. You don't listen to me, you do whatever the hell you want to do. Good luck with it. Okay? I'll be honest with you. All right? So, yeah, a position like that, I would take it. As a beginner and starting my first job. Let me see what else we have in here. Senior full stack developer, 150 to 170. Machine learning engineer, 132 to 197, right? Now, again, as you guys can see, this is where the money is. This is where you're going to get paid a lot of money. But guess what? You're also going to go in and you're going to compete with the whole world. All right. On top of that, if we go into over here, like what they're actually asking for. Okay. If you go into the actual qualifications, right? Remember, this is a job that's above $100,000. All right. So meaning that you're probably going to have 3 to 5 interviews before they even decide who's the best candidate. All right. Now from there, they're going to be looking for somebody with a computer science degree, computer engineering, right? or some type of math and science related to the training. Okay, they're looking for somebody with 5 years of experience. Most likely you could get it with 2 to 3 years of experience, right? Whenever you see like 5 years, 7 years, it's really just to scare people. But if you can go in and demonstrate that you are qualified, you can always get the position. But the thing that's going to stop you if you are a self-taught developer and you are a beginner, right, is usually in this area here, right, is usually going to be in the fact that they're prioritizing people who has a bachelor's or a master's degree. That's the facts. Okay, machine learning is not for everybody. This is not front-end development. Okay, you're gonna need some math under your belt. All right, and that's the facts. I've seen people that they put up this videos on YouTube, like random fucking bullshit. They'd be like, yeah, man, how to get a job as a machine learning engineer. And mind you, they're not explicitly telling people like, hey man, you're gonna need a degree for this. Hey, 99% of the people in here have a degree, or the guys that's doing this have like 5-10 years in other fields of development. So the junior level developer that looks at that video and be like, oh shit, this is what I gotta learn. I gotta go on Udemy and learn Python. I gotta go on YouTube, watch this video on FreeCodeCamp. I gotta go do this and that. And then when they go and apply to this freaking jobs, no one answers their calls. And then you see them on the comment section like, man, why there's no jobs out here? Yeah, this job is not for you, my guy. This job is not for you. Okay, you don't qualify for that type of job, right? Sometimes you got to know your role in this world. Okay, unfortunately, not everybody could be LeBron James. Sometimes we got to be Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher still making $20-30 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, right? But it is what it is, right? If you're not, this young kid that just came out of college, did this and that, right? And you're already on, your lifestyle, you have no kids, you have no responsibilities. Like if you're not in that stage, you have to work with what cards you have in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to use the cards that's in front of you, then that's when you're going to fail. Right? For me, I'm the type of person I like to get results. I don't like to fail. I hate failing. All right. Sometimes I fail. I take risk, but a lot of times, you could avoid that by actually going for certain type of roles. All right. That would just go in and give you the opportunity to get you in. Okay. So in here we have senior manager REM, senior software engineer, ServiceNow software engineer. This is at Peraton in Bethesda, Maryland. Okay. Again, this is for those of you guys that software, like not software, but full stack developer, right? This is one of those roles that you're gonna need some experience. ServiceNow positions, people are not getting hired as juniors. Like I'll be honest. Okay, you need to have some experience under your belt. All right, so I'm just going in looking at what's just got listed today. Okay, let me see. See other. Okay, you may repeat your search with the omitted job posting included. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so I think it's because, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, hold on. All right, cool. Yeah, because it's not showing me all of the jobs. Okay, so let's see. All right, cool. So let's see what's going on in here. We got relevance, director of marketing, full stack engineer, Freddie Mac VA, lead software engineer. Okay, let's see what else. Marketing specialist. This is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, is one of those states that they don't pay shit. Like straight up. Like they don't pay shit in Oklahoma. So yeah, $30,000-$40,000. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. At this point, you might as well be a customer service. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's crazy. They're like, yo, I know this is Tulsa. I know this is the middle of nowhere, but goddamn, man, 30,000. Like, y'all trying to catch a deal. You're like, yeah. Yo, dead ass. They're like, yo, we gonna see, we gonna fish something. We gonna get something today. Okay, let's see. This is 41 to 70,000 part-time, full-time contract, etc. Right. This is a digital marketing specialist role. Right. Again, this is another entry-level position. This is in Connecticut, Norwalk. All right. Let's continue going down the line. All right. Now, the thing that I hear about this is like they're doing something. There's something in here. They changed something about the settings where if I already looked at a job, they're not showing me all the jobs. Because I looked at the jobs earlier today, and then now those jobs are not showing up. God damn it. I hate when companies go in and add features that you never asked for. Like, I never asked you to not show me the jobs that I already looked at. Like, who told Indeed, hey man, you could see a job one time, and if you didn't apply at that moment, we're not gonna show it to you again. I don't know who comes up with the stuff, man. Sometimes I'll be looking at that, like things at some of these companies is like, yo, who are the product team? Like, who's in there? Who's in charge of that shit? Because that's a dumbass feature to go in and be like, hey man, if I seen the job already and I didn't apply to it, I'm not interested. So don't show it to me. No, maybe I'm at work. Maybe I'm at, I'm in the train looking through the jobs and whatever it is. When I come home, I want to go and apply to it. Now they're hiding jobs. They're like, yeah, you already saw it. Cool. So now we're not going to show it to you again. That's fucking crazy. Now I got to figure out what's the setting for removing that. Okay, so let's see. Marketing specialist, 45 to 65. This is Maranetta Stone and Floors. This is in Alabama. Again, this is like the middle of nowhere. Those Alabama, Oklahoma, like ain't no money over there. If you want to make some bread, you need to get out of those states. If not, you might as well, work in McDonald's and you work basically the same amount. Okay, let me see, reading through here, Salesforce developer. Let's see what else we have. Okay, digital marketing coordinator, a CAT, right? A Wyoming company. Okay, so let's see in here. All right, this is a web administrator type of role. Okay, experience working with computers. Look, when you have this on your job listing, you already know. It's like, yo, this is a simple job. Experience working with computers. Who doesn't have experience with working with a computer? Like, if you're applying for this type of job, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be wondering, who are these HR people? Okay, experience running email campaigns, marketing automation, savvy social media. Okay, interest in technology. All right, familiarity with HTML, Adobe Creative Suite, HubSpot, WordPress platforms. Right. So again, this is a mixture between. This is mixture between web administrator, right, and email developer in a sense, right? So they're looking for somebody that's gonna be in charge of the whole process of like, hey, editing the website, posting on social media, posting on the website, right? Remember, there's copywriters, there's marketing strategists, so don't get scared when you see jobs like this, because you're not the one creating the content, okay? Your job is to go in and set all the automations and to actually post it on the websites and the social media platforms. I see a lot of people that get so scared when they start seeing like, oh my God, social media. I don't know shit about social media. Your job is not to go in and be a social media expert. Your job is to know how to go to Instagram and post, how to use Hootsuite to go in and post in TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, etc., all at the same time, and how to set up schedules for those posts. The posts are given to you, the images are given to you. Same thing with the website. You're not writing the content of, CAT, right? What do you know about trucks? What do you know about pickup trucks or, excavators? You don't know shit about that, right? Most people don't. So it's not like you have to be an expert in this. Your job is really to manage this posts and manage this pages for the company. Okay. Shout out to everybody in here. I see a couple of people in the chat. Let me go in and give my shout outs to my peoples real quick since we're here. We got Cesar Jaramillo. We have Keshav. Let me see. Keshav says, hey, half of trading courses already finished, Joe. It's amazing till now. Hey, bro, don't worry. I got you. Like everything that we have in there. By the way, for those of you guys that don't know, we just launched pre-order for the trading course. People been asking me to do this and share how is it that I trade, how is it that I've been able to be profitable and be able to go in and show you guys the same strategies that I've been using. Links on the description if you want to get access to it. Also, too, it will be available for the Diamond members in January. But if you want to get that early access and get it while we are launching the videos and I can answer your questions, right? Every single day as I'm posting, you could just leave a comment. I answer your questions, whatever concerns you might have, like any questions that you're having, setting up maybe Webull or TradingView. This is the perfect time. Get the pre-order, you get to own it, right? If you already a Diamond member or planning on becoming a Diamond member, guess what? You're gonna have access to it also too, right? This is for those of you guys that want to own it and maybe y'all don't want to be on a subscription or anything like that. You just want to say, yeah, I just want to get this one course. Guess what? Links on the description. Get access to that. So yeah, man. And by the way, we're extending the Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale to this Friday. So take advantage. All right. Take advantage because by Friday it's gone. I don't want nobody asking me in January, hey, Joe, I want to come in, become a Diamond member. Where's that special? Where's this and that? Understand that by January 26th, January 1st, 2026, if you did not sign up to codingphase.com, you do not have access to any of the meetings on Coding Phase or access to me to send me emails and I answer your questions directly. Like once this thing goes off on January 1st, if you did not sign up, you have access to all the services, all the courses, but you just don't have access to me. That's only for the people that signed up previous to January 1st, 2026. Okay, so understand that. All right, those are for what we would call the legacy users. Legacy users are people that been with me since 2017 all the way to December 31st, 2025. Anybody that signs up after that, understand no meetings come with it, right? You're just getting access to all the courses and all the services. There's no meetings, there's no support. I mean, we offer support, but don't expect that one-to-one support. Don't expect me to hop on a call with you. Like that's not gonna happen. That's only gonna happen if you sign up for a Tech Accelerator program, which is gonna be $2,000. Only the people that pay $2,000 at that point, I will do it for. All right, and unfortunately, it is what it is. So take advantage now. It's a great deal. You will never find a deal like that. No one does coaching. No one does one-on-ones. No one hops on answering people's emails. No one does that for the price that we've been doing it for almost damn near 10 years. Okay. So again, that's why we're cutting it off because it just, if no one else offers that, why am I doing all that work for $30 or, $100? It doesn't make sense for me to continue doing it like that. But I'm willing to give it to you guys once before I cut it off. So take advantage. Deborah, what's going on? Let me see. Hey, Joe, finally got some internet. Yes, back at it. Deborah's back connected. Let's go. Back into the world, right? Feels crazy. You have like almost a month after the hurricane that no internet or nothing. Trust me, I will be going crazy. I'll be spending like 2 days without internet. I'm already like this. I'm like a cracker in the street. Like, yo, bro, anybody got Wi-Fi? Like, you gonna say like I need to connect to the internet. Like this is where I'll make my bread, and also too I love to code. So let me see. What's up, Joe? Salesforce certification is good to go for first. What Salesforce certification is good to go for first? I would suggest the Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? Because you're already an email developer. So now getting that certification allows you to, always qualify for the Salesforce Marketing Cloud jobs. And then from there, the Salesforce Web Administrator, right? So that's the next one that I would suggest. And then once you learn full stack development, then get the Salesforce Developer one. Okay. Shout out to Henry Codes. Henry, what's up, bro? I thought you was gonna send me an email. Henry, what happened? I didn't receive the email. Let me see. Meek 1990, Vulcan, what's going on? Let's see who else is in here. Hi, yo, since this is absolute final month of where subscribers will get your full coaching and discounts, it would be nice if you consider keeping the 50% discount for the entire month. I was thinking about that. But the truth is, like, whoever doesn't sign up this week, they're not gonna sign up anyways. You get what I'm saying? So at that point, what I'm doing is just leaving a 50% off, just to leave a 50% off in there. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you want to sign up, if you want to come in, you're gonna take advantage now, right? You're not gonna go in and be like, well, I'm gonna wait until Christmas. No, Christmas, you got shit to do. You got things that you want to buy. You get what I'm saying? Like, your mind is not in, hey man, I gotta sign up to Coding Phase before it closes, the coaching and the meetings and all of the, nah, like, people are not thinking like that, right? So if you didn't sign up this week, it is what it is. I mean, we still gonna always have some discounts that's gonna happen, 20%, 30%, right? But by, like I said, January 1st, we're not offering coaching, we're not offering live meetings, we're not doing that for anybody unless it's a Tech Accelerator member, right? Somebody that owns the program. And one of the main reasons that is because, for those of you guys that don't know, in a sense, I'm like one of the smartest and business savviest dudes that you could meet, but also too, one of the people that, because I got a good heart, right? I shoot myself in the foot. So the Tech Accelerator program, right? Everything that comes with the Tech Accelerator program, I was selling it for $2,000, right? I already had, over 100 people that had already purchased that program, right? Now, when I started seeing the amount of results that we was getting for those people, I started realizing, holy shit, by actually meeting with people every single week, going over their projects, helping them directly on their projects, on their portfolio, looking at their resume, and answering all their emails when they have questions, right? And really, like, holding their hand through that whole process. Because sometimes you could have the course, you could have everything there, right? But you might get lazy. But when you have those meetings every week, now you're like, oh shit, I got to get my shit together. Let me go in and do the work, right? Oh shit, I got stuck here. Let me go in and show up to the meeting and ask some questions, right? Or, hey, I'm 2:00 in the morning, send the email. Oh shit, Joe's up. Oh shit, thank you, Joe. You just answered my question, 2:00 in the morning. You get what I'm saying? So by me doing all of that, right? And around, like, was it 2023, right? I realized the amount of people that were getting hired was like this, like super fast, right? And it's because I'm holding your hand through the whole process, right? So I go in, I'm like, yeah, I'm selling this for, $2,000, right? But I want everyone to get access to this. I want to help everybody. I don't care if you're paying $30, you're paying $50, you're paying $10, you're paying $50, whatever it is, right? Whatever you're paying, right? I want you to get access to this, right? Because if you want my help, I want to help you. So I go in, right? And I say, you know what? To make it right, what I'm going to do is all the people that bought the Tech Accelerator program, I'm going to give them a lifetime membership. And I gave them a lifetime membership, right? And then I just provided what I was charging $2,000 and I gave it to everyone. Right? I gave it to everyone, right? So it don't matter if you came in as a diamond member, just $20, $30, whatever, $50. I gave it to every single person. Now, in my head, what I thought was, if I do this and I go in and I help you out and I help you and do all of this work and all of this stuff for you, you're going to come in and you're going to continue working with me in the long term, right? Meaning that, holy shit, this guy just provided me a service that really costs like $2,000. And he's giving it to me. He got me into a job. And on top of that, shit, I got some results. I'm making money. I'm doing my own thing. Right? So I provided all of that service, kept on adding more courses, gave a bunch of value. And what I realized over time is the people that came in, that I went in, I did all of that work, were the first people that as soon as they got a job, right? They come in and say, guess what, man? Joe, yeah, I know I only pay for 2 months, which is like, like $80. And you did so much work for me, but can you cancel my subscription? Mind you, I just got you a $80,000-$90,000 job, right? I'm offering you something that costs $2,000. And the first chance that you get is like, hey man, I'm running off on the plug. All right, cool. Let's cancel your subscription. You only pay $80, $90, whatever the hell you pay, right? I should have charged you $2,000, right? But out of my own fucking kindness and me being such a good person, because I want to help people, I'm thinking, oh, if I help people, and once they get even, get more money, and they'll see the vision, be like, shit, I'll stay with this guy for a year. I'll continue. I'll buy a yearly subscription, or you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this is how people are. That's not how people are, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not how people are. People come in, they get their bread, right? There was one guy that I went in, I hopped on a call for the fucking job. I talked to the recruiter for 30 minutes, cracking jokes with the recruiter, softening her up, right? So this guy could get a job, right? Do all the stuff that I was doing for him, right? Answer all his emails, look at the portfolio, gave him a template, did mad shit. Soon as he get a job, the following week, he's like, hey, Joe, can you cancel my subscription? I'm like, bro, you only pay fucking $60. I just work with you for 2 months, 3 months to get you into this position. You're making I think it was like $87,000. And it's like, bro, I just did mad work for you, right? So then now, right, I realized I can't go into 2026 doing that shit. I can't continue doing shit out of the kindness of my heart, right? I got to start thinking of this as a business, because time goes by, right? And then you start looking around, you're like, wait, hold on, I'm giving my youth, I'm giving my time to all of this. I'm helping people, getting them the results. But I'm seeing little Billy charging $5,000-$6,000. I'm seeing little Cindy charging $10,000, and they don't get nobody results, right? I'm getting results and people spitting on my face. I'm like, all right, cool. I got to go in and say, you know what? Let me give this to the final year. And then now from here on, I'm not doing that work unless I get paid $2,000. Now you get all the courses as a diamond member, you get everything, somebody comes in January, February, I'm not even going to mention that this like live meetings or anything. It's like, you guys know because you've been here, right? And you've seen all the work that I do. But anybody that comes in from an advertisement, from another video, a year, 2 years from now, they're not even gonna know that I was giving this on the diamond membership for everybody. I'm just selling it as a, hey, you get the tech accelerator, and I give you pretty much everything, and I work with you for a whole year until you get your job, and you get the results that you want, right? It could take 2 months, it could take 3 months, it could take 6 months, but guess what? I get paid for my whole year of work that I do for you. So again, it's stuff is like, always remember this. You got to separate yourself from the business, and you got to separate, like, how you treat people from the business. Because if you're expecting people to come in, it's like you have a restaurant, right? You have a restaurant and you say, damn, this is my first week I have this restaurant open. I'm going to go in and give you a tomahawk steak, right? That costs $200. But because I want you to come in and continue to come eat at the restaurant, I give you this $200 tomahawk steak, right? You come in and you pay $30 for that tomahawk steak. I'm still under $170, right? But I gave you that tomahawk steak expecting that you will come back and you will enjoy coming back to this restaurant. When you do that, people don't expect people to be like, damn, he just fucking took care of us. Like, damn, he popped the bottle. He gave us the champagne. He brought the wine from 1982. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brought the fucking, the limited edition Casamigos. No, it don't matter if you could go in and give somebody a fucking golden whatever. Once they got that, they're out of there. They keep it moving. Because everybody wants to get their bag, right? They don't owe you shit. They don't know you. So at the same time, you got to start looking at this shit like a business. Because at the end of the day, it's like, then you the one that looks stupid. It's like, yo, you stupid. How would you go you giving a $200 tomahawk steak expecting that this person's gonna come back. He might never come back. So that's what it is. You know, I like to be super transparent because I like people to understand. It's like, yo, when I come in here, I'm here to help. I give more than I take. Now, by me doing that, I always get burnt. So it's like over time, I'm like, you know what? 2026, we did this shit for long enough where I'm just like, I'm giving more than I take. Now it's like, nah, I'm giving you what you're paying for. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Let me see. Joe sent let me see, reading through here. What else we got in here? Sean McLemon just joining the live stream. Joe, what are your thoughts on options trading versus day trading? I mean, I don't know anything about options trading. It's too much stuff. It's like web development, software engineering, game development. It's a bunch of stuff that's out there. You could trade a million different things. I try to stick to the things that I'm good at and that I already know. Right? I already invested enough money, lost a lot of money. Now I won a lot of money on trading. So if this is the things that work for me, I'm sticking with it. Like I'm not trying to dabble into random shit because everything comes with a cost, right? You could jump into options, but now you got to learn how to work with options and you could lose money with options. I know how to trade stocks. I know how to trade momentum stocks. I know how to find opportunities like, you know, for investment, and I know how to do futures trading. That's it, right? I'm not trying to do Forex. I'm not trying to do options trading. Like, I'm not trying to do crypto, right? I'm keeping it to this two things, right? Stocks, right? And basically trading gold and trading crude oil. That's it, okay? I try to stay away from NASDAQ. NASDAQ, if you want to lose all your money, NASDAQ is the one, okay? Especially now with Trump and everything that's happening, you get popped, bro. Like, I give you an example. I don't know, like September, bro. I go into NASDAQ, boom, boom, boom. I'm jumping in because I try to dabble into new things to see if there's opportunities, because I see some other people, they have really good opportunities there. But the thing is that NASDAQ goes up 100 points, 300 points in one fucking candle. So if you going in and you have everything set up and you think, well, this thing is gonna go up right here, boom, and you have everything laid out, Trump wakes up that day and says, hey guys, I don't like China. Just by saying that, the shit drops fucking 500 points, 1,000 points. So your stop loss, you already popped. Now, if you don't have a stop loss, you're fucking done. You could have $10,000 in there. That shit will eat up your whole $10,000 in one single candle. So my suggestion, right? This is why a lot of the people that do trade NASDAQ and trade all of this shit, they do it through prop firms. Prop firms is a company comes in, gives you like a simulation of of trading, right? And then they supposedly give you, you know, $50,000 for you to trade with. Okay, now that's not your money. Okay, that's not your $50,000. That's their money. And then they have payouts of, depending on how much you're making, and they have limitations of how much you can make. Right? So it's not like unlimited. It's not like you could say, well, let me throw the whole 50,000 at this this thing. Nah, they don't do it like that. So in a sense, you're saving yourself the risk, right? Which is using a prop firm, but you also limit it to how much these people want to fucking pay you and when they want to pay you. For me, I don't like that. I'd rather go into Webull, right? And go in and use my own account, right? And if I have $1,000, I go in and every time that I trade $100. If I have $10,000, now I'm doing every trade $1,000, right? And then now I go in, boom, my shit goes up 5-10%, take it out. 5-10%, take it out, right? That's what I've learned over time that consistently has made me profitable. Whenever I try to go in and make a whole bunch of bread, you lose it, okay? Because you don't have a system set up to be consistent. If not, you're just gambling. Options to me, in a sense, is like gambling, because sometimes people don't even know anything about the company. And they're like, well, I think NVIDIA by tomorrow is going to be 300. And let me go in and set up a call for tomorrow, right? And then that shit drops and they put like $700 on that shit, expecting for that shit to be 10,000. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that shit is like gambling to me. Like, I'm staying away from gambling. Anything that feels like gambling, I don't want to deal with it, because I work too hard to get my money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Vulcan says, I hate when Indeed remove features to show how many people apply for a role. They used to make it easier for you to know which keywords to avoid, finding alternate titles with no applicants. Yeah, you know, they do it for a reason. They don't want people to really know the numbers. Because if you go in and you look at software engineer, 17,000 people apply to it, like, and it just got listed 5 minutes ago. Yeah. 2 hours without Wi-Fi, I'm tripping. Let me see. Here. A whole month between the only two companies here, Mo Data has been crap. Yeah, man. Sorry for that, man. Sucks. Job, notice a lot of email developer jobs are saying 2 to 3 years of experience. They want a degree. Can we still apply? Yes. Like an email developer job, bro, you don't need a degree for that. Understand, like, the reason why they put these things in there is like a wish list. Of course, we would love to have somebody that has let's say a marketing degree. Most people don't have a marketing degree. And the people that already have a marketing degree, a lot of times already have a job, right? Or they're looking to get paid a higher pay. When you are an email developer, companies give you an opportunity because you have all the technical skills that they need. And this is not something where you have to go in there and it's like a software engineer role where they're going to go in and test you on a bunch of freaking random questions on fucking algorithms and this and that. No, a email developer position, really, like, the interview is more like, let's get to know you, right? Let's see what you have built. What platforms have you used? What services have you used to test your emails? Have you ever set up a campaign? Right? It's like regular conversation. We're not in there going in and be like, well, if you have a little dog in the downtown San Francisco, how long would that dog take to get to Houston, Texas? And now you in there, well, my good sir, can you tell me how many miles is the dog walking? Well, don't worry how fast the dog walks. Worry about how long it's gonna take go from San Francisco to you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be doing those dumbass fucking questions, right? like that's how I look at a lot of those algorithm questions. It's like, that shit is dumb because you don't even do that shit in the job. Okay, like, very rarely you actually use algorithms, like the type of algorithm questions that they ask you on an interview. Okay, that's why even from the beginning, for me, like, I don't see the value in it, and because I don't see the value in it, I don't even pay attention to it. So when I came into this game, I always focus on the things that I care about. What do I care about? E-commerce, right? Selling products online, right? Working with websites, right? Which is building sites. It could be on a CMS. It could be on building a landing page, building a full stack application, right? And then I choose the type of ecosystems that I go into, right? I go from Ruby on Rails, right, to PHP Laravel, right? So by me doing that, I already know what type of questions I'm going to get. I've never had an algorithm question as a Ruby on Rails developer. I never got an algorithm question as a PHP Laravel. Like, not like to the extent of like I'm there for 2 hours. Like, I'll be seeing some of these people that they be like, yeah, man, I had a 2-hour interview. And then from there, I had to do another 2-hour interview with 3 people. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not with it. I don't care how much they paying. I'm not going through hell to go in and tap dance in front of fucking people. That's not me. There's some people that love tap dancing for people because at the end of the day, they don't know how to make an extra 100,000. If I go into a company and I work for that company and they pay me 90, I'm happy with that. You know why? Because I know how to make bread, right? So my life, my mental sanity, when I go into work, I could work on something that I enjoy. I enjoy Ruby on Rails. I enjoy Laravel, right? I enjoy the type of people that work in this type of ecosystem, right? I don't like working in .NET because I don't like that corporate, type of companies. That shit mad boring. You're gonna be bumping into Bob at fucking .net. I can't connect with Bob. You get what I'm saying? Then the Node.js, right? The Node.js ecosystem, right? With a bunch of trendy little hipsters. I don't connect with Sean. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work with Sean, right? I want to work over here with James and Ryan, and we fucking talking about cool shit about Laravel, and we could have a conversation for 2 hours talking about the things that we built and this and that, right? And the ecosystem. And guess what? Then at the end, they say, you know what, man? We love you, Joe. Here's a job. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like my interviews. You see that I have the skills. You see that I can do the work. And guess what? I'm a great individual that you will love to work with. That's it. That's how a job interview should be. I don't like those, those big companies, like certain ecosystem where you got to go in there and be, I got to tap dance for you. I'm not tap dancing for nobody. I don't need your extra $40,000. I could make that shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? Again, but that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a random dude with a hat on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a random dude with a hat on. You don't have to follow me. Now, if you are like me, then you listen to what I tell you. Like, there's certain ecosystems that you want to be in. Email development, what I love about it, it's about production. E-commerce, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, anything that has to sell any products online, even like Go High Level, ClickFunnels. Like, when you're working in those ecosystems, it's about what you can do for us. We don't need you to be doing backflips. We don't need you to be fucking tap dancing. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't need you doing fucking da 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 da. Like, they don't need you to be doing all that shit. They just need you to come in on Friday. It's Friday. Can you go over some of the stuff that we have? And can you come in by next Monday? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. You got the job. That's it. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of jobs that I like. That's the type of jobs that I help people get into. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I got you, bro. So yeah. Now, if you want me to be fucking tap dancing, I'll leave it for the people that's all they could do. That's the way how they know how to make $200,000, $300,000. I don't need that. I don't need to tap dance for somebody to give me $200,000. I go into a company that I love, that I enjoy the products that we're building, that I really have fun with, and I enjoy the type of people that I'm gonna work with for 90, 100,000. The other 100, leave that shit to me. I know how to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that extra headache. Motherfucker tap dancing, talking about how long does it take? You know what I mean? Like, you got to tap dance. Now from there, they throw you in a room. There's fucking 50 other software engineers, and every single one of them look like they haven't ate in days. And then they throw a fucking knife in the middle and be like, yo, whoever lives and is the last one standing, y'all get the job. I'm not trying to go into those roles, bro. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put me in a 2-hour interview, I'm like, all right, bro, we got to wrap this up. I got shit to do. I'm not doing no 2-hour interview for nobody. And then on top of that, they tell you, hey, they ghost you. They don't even be kind enough to be like, hey, man, sorry, we went with somebody else. When I hear those stories from other people, I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm so glad I never went that route. Okay? Now somebody might come in and be like, well, that's a skill issue. That's how motherfuckers talk on the internet and on Reddit. Well, that's a skill issue. Nah, stupid. It's just, I know my value and I know what I could do. And also too, I don't need to go and work in those companies to go and tap dance for them. You need it. I don't. So, it is what it is. Let me see. Reading through here, I actually am trying to save and buy the lifetime membership by Christmas, but I think you have discount. You have discontinued that. Yeah, the lifetime membership is there. Just email me. I work with you, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here. I work with you. You know what I'm saying? I work with you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here like, if I make $600 from the lifetime membership, or I make $1,000, I don't care. Like, it doesn't make a difference. So if you come in and I know you already, like, you've been here, for years, in the platform and here supporting me, like, bro, email me. Like, I don't care to go in like, yo, here, bro. Like, you know, what you can pay. This, okay, here you go. Take the lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna fucking, you know, make or break me. You get what I'm saying? So as long as you're active. Now, if a dude comes up and be like, I don't know him from a hole in the wall, and be like, well, Joe, you know, yeah, bro, can I get this and this and that? Like, I'm not doing it no more. It's the same reason why I'm not even fucking giving out no more laptops. Remember, I've been giving out laptops. I was gonna do it for Black Friday, but then I realized I started going over all the years that I've been giving laptops, like brand new MacBook Pros. Like, this shit costs bread. I'll be spending $1,800. Freaking bought a Mac Mini, maxed out for, you know, I think it was like $1,400. You know, like I be fucking spending bread. I'm one of the only people that actually give back to the community out of all of the developers. Like, I've watched a lot of people. No one has given a fucking dollar back. Like, none of these people. Even from the biggest people, I've never seen them give nothing back. And I don't understand, because I'm like, y'all make a lot of money off people's fucking content and views. You can't give $100. You can't go in and fucking, it's a tax write-off. And you still don't want to give back to the community? Yeah, that's the difference between me and everybody else that's on YouTube, bro. People is like, it's always just give me, but they never give back shit. Like, but yeah, this year I'm not giving no laptop, because I'm like, the people that have won the laptop usually have never even came back to Coding Phase. I don't know, I might sound jaded, guys. Yeah, I know. You know, forgive me. But imagine this. You go in and you spend thousands of dollars to give to somebody, and you never see them on the channel, or they never come back to your platform, or they never come back and leave a comment. You never see them again, which is why I don't want to do it no more. Because I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to give something back, I'm going to give it to the people that's Diamond members, the people that's in the platform. I'm not giving it to a random person. Hey, man, I signed up today, and nah, I'm going in. I'm gonna be like, yo, who's here for a year? Who's here for 2-3 years? Those are the people that I'm gonna go in and be like, yo, when I want to start giving out laptops, starting in you know, around February, around there, I'm gonna go in and give a laptop, and I'm gonna give it to one of the students. Or I might go in and buy 4 different Mac Minis, right, souped up, and be like, hey, who are the people that have been active in the community, who have been in codingphase.com, maybe the people that have joined a challenge and maybe won a challenge. Here's a brand new laptop, $2,000 worth. You could keep it or you could sell it. That's money for you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing that shit like how it used to be. This year, this is the year that I'm gonna stop doing all the fucking super nice Joe shit. I'm stopping all of that shit, because people don't appreciate it. People don't appreciate it and don't even show love. Like, that shit, I was really going through like the YouTube. There's a way to search on YouTube, like people through their accounts or the emails or whatever. Bro, every single person that I've given a laptop or are giving like shit that's super expensive, they've never came back to this channel. It's like they probably were like random people swiping through YouTube, and then they watch one day a live stream or they watch a video and like, oh shit, you could win this shit. Let me go in and try the thing. And then they win it, and they're not even part of the community. I'm like, why am I spending thousands of dollars to random people? I'm gonna go and give it to the people that's here. Like, if somebody like Renee's been with me for, you know, fucking almost 2 years here in the platform. We helped them out get a job. And guess what? If I'm gonna spend some money, I'll spend it on Renee, or I'll spend it on PHP Dev, or Bert Trippin. You know what I'm saying? Or Henry Codes. Like, I'm not throwing that shit in the air just for random people that just pop up one time. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather go in and give it to the subscribers. Let me see. Devin Gray. I need AI to automate my trades. That's what I'm working on. Stop losses are the most important part of trading, honestly. Yeah, you need to have your stop losses, man. Also, too, and this is something I'm going to talk about in the recap. By the way, every single day I'm doing a small account challenge, right, on Coding Phase right now. So when you purchase the trading course, you're going to see every single day of this month on everything that happens, right? So you're gonna see how the strategy that I'm teaching you, how it works, on the things that I'm talking about, how I'm putting into action. And when I don't follow those things, you're gonna see it also. So this morning, right? This morning, there was a stock called PLRZ. I think that's the name of it. I knew the stock from before, right? And the stock was on its way up, right? On its way up, which is the front side. Okay. And I was like, damn, I'm about to jump on it. But I had woken up late. So because I woke up late, I got a little bit of FOMO and I went on my phone. Okay. I went on my phone, and technically what happened was I used my phone. This is the number one thing that I would tell every single one of you guys. Don't use your phone for trading. Okay. You need to, if you are somewhere, if you already missed out on the play and you see it on your phone, that's it. Leave it alone. The only time you want to use your phone is for swing trading and just to see your overall account. Don't do day trading on your phone, okay? Because what happens is when you day trade on your phone, you won't have access to all your shortcuts that you have on your keyboard. You don't have access to all the things that, that little extra second that takes you to go in and set up your chart, set up your things. That's what saves you, right? That's what saves you and allows you to go in and think clearly. When you have it on your phone and you see something moving and you're like, man, I'm about to jump in, you might press the wrong button. And that's what happened to me this morning. I went in, pressed the wrong button. Big, fat ass fingers, right? Throwing an extra zero. When you throw an extra zero, it's like, yeah, bro, you about to get fucked. So, luckily it's nothing crazy, right? I took like a $36 loss. That's it, which is not bad. That's like fucking, in the grand scheme of the whole month, it's nothing, all right? But luckily enough, right, I got out quick because the shit got ugly. Okay, the shit got ugly, and also too, it's like I didn't follow my rule, and that's it's funny because it's like I'm like, that's one of my main rules: don't trade on your phone. I'm about to I'm about to go in and uninstall it from my phone. I don't want to have Webull on my phone because it basically makes you, in a sense, when there's opportunities, you miss out. You feel like you're missing out on them, and what happens is you jump in the wrong position. Okay, now if you're on your computer, it's much better. Like I give you an example. Like here, this like what happened, right? Okay, it's on its way up. Boom, 787. Mind you, it goes to like 830, which is good. That's like a 50 cents right there. Okay, that's what I usually get out, right? 50 cents, a whole dollar. Guess what? I get out. But because I'm on my phone, I couldn't get out. And by the time I'm trying to press the button to get out, this shit dropped from 787. I got to get out at 653. That's like a dollar. That's like $1.50 right there. I lost $1.30, right? Now, mind you, it was just it wasn't even that much, right? Technically, I was gonna try to go in with 5, but look, I pressed the fucking wrong button. I went in with 50. Now, if it would have played out properly, it would have been amazing. But because it didn't play out properly, I ended up losing from 787 to 653. So technically, it's like $50 loss in just one shot. Now from there, I made the money back, right? I made the money back, and but it still was like a $30 loss, right? It came out to like a $30 loss. But again, that's something that we're gonna discuss today on the recap for the day, and I'm gonna show you exactly like how what mistake I did, right? I'm gonna show you exactly like why is, and it was good that this happened so early in the month, because I need people to know this. Like, there's certain things that you cannot do on your phone. Sometimes I see people that be on fucking Robinhood and Webull. That's the worst way to be trading. You can't trade like that. Now, if you go in and you're investing, it's great for investing because you can see, oh, there's an opportunity. Nvidia's down today. It's down 20%. I believe in this company. Guess what? I'll put $200 into that. I'll buy one. Okay. So guess what? It's a great way for investing. For day trading, horrible, because you're not going to be able to have all the things that you will have access to on the desktop. So yeah, again, and this is why it is good to happen, because you learn from it. All of these things is what I'm teaching inside of this course. So you could see it, and you could see it in action. Okay. Now, again, what's funny enough, this came back later on, right? This came back later on to 8:30, and look, it's coming back up. But this is why it's so important not to trade through your phone, because if I wouldn't have traded through my phone, what I would have done was I would have came in and waited for the right opportunity. When you're on your phone, it's like you feel FOMO. You feel like you're one button away from fucking trading. In reality, this is where you want to get in. You want to get in like a 6 something when this is already curling up, and then now you could go from $6 all the way to $8. That's like $2 right there. That's $100 right there. That's $100 right there that you would have just made in one single play. But it's about patience and about using the right tools. And even to this day, you could still have, a couple of years doing this and still make a mistake like that. But you got to catch yourself early, right? That's why I went in soon as the thing opened up, right? Because it dropped so quick, I didn't even have chance to get out. It just dropped like that. That's why I like to use stop losses. But in this situation, because it's on the phone, you just there fucking clicking fucking buttons. It's a horrible way to trade. Don't trade like that. Invest. You could use it to invest, because investing means you're doing a swing trade or you holding for long term, right? But for a day trade, stay away from the mobile phones. It's a horrible way of trading. Let me see. I'm in the research phase now. I've lost some money in crypto, but I'm taking trading courses now to learn more. Before I've just been investing in mutual funds. Okay, nice. Let me see. Ran through here. He's like laughing my ass with this. Sounds crazy. Boo boo. KCME says sounds like gatekeeping. What sounds like gatekeeping? Give me more details so we could go in and know exactly what it is. In your opinion, Joe, what is better investment, getting into Ruby on Rails or PHP Laravel for long term? I think I will say PHP Laravel. PHP Laravel is very popular now. PHP is probably the most popular language in the world when it comes for web development. So PHP Laravel might be the one. Ruby on Rails is niche. It's like a niche thing. It's like a guy, that wears a nose ring. That's a niche for that, but that's not everybody that's gonna do that, right? Okay, so that's what it is. Ruby on Rails is great. It's really really fun. Probably when I building Ruby on Rails, that's when I'm having the most fun. Okay, because it's just a fun language. It's like you writing in English in a sense. Okay, but when it comes to jobs, like there's not that many Ruby on Rails jobs, bro. Like Ruby on Rails might have maybe 1,000 jobs the whole year, and that might be worldwide. So you get what I'm saying? Like at that point, it's like a lottery system. It's like so many people learn with Ruby on Rails, so many people love Ruby on Rails. So now you just like, it's like you gotta network. You gotta go to a conference. You gotta go to this and that. You gotta be part of a community. You gotta do open source, because it's like a language that developers really love Ruby on Rails. Okay, but that's not a job that you be like, well, I'm gonna go to my local agency. They're using Ruby on Rails. Like they're not using that shit. The people that's using that shit is startups that were like in the early 2010s. Okay. Yeah, Laravel much better in the market. Ruby on Rails, in my opinion, Ruby is fun, but so much of the world still runs on PHP. Yep. Let me see. Reading through here. It's a skill gap ish. Let me see. Oh no, Henry, no. This is why, bro. I remember I was just telling you that when you was telling me, bro, that you're doing margin, bro. Don't do margin. Look, you do margin. God damn it! I'm about to give you guys some game. This is part of the course, right? But I'll give you guys a little bit in it, right? Maybe I shouldn't, but who cares, right? There's only a couple of us in here, anyways. But this is one of the things. This is the biggest secret, okay? This is the biggest secret of trading, okay? Especially when you see a lot of people making a lot of money, okay? It took me some time to really understand this, okay? So when you see somebody like Ross Cameron, right? Ross Cameron, TJR, a bunch of these guys that make a lot of bread, you have to understand one of the main reasons they make a lot of bread is because they have the capital. Okay. Sometimes they bullshit like, yeah, man, I started with nothing. It's like, bro, you had capital. The average person doesn't have $5,000-$10,000 to start with something. Okay. And the average person doesn't have capital to go in and spend, 10, 20, 50,000 to lose. And then from there, they actually learn the skill. Okay. Again, this is why when you take this course, you're learning from somebody that already lost money 3 years ago and now is in a profitable stage. So now when I go in and I give you guys this advice or, just not advice, right? When I'm teaching you my style of thing is after I already went through the hell that you're about to go through. Okay. The stuff that you're going through, I already went through it. 2023. Okay. So, let me show you this. Okay. So in here, all right, this is the whole concept of trading. Okay. This is the whole concept. You buy low, sell high. Okay. If you're going to do a buy, right, you got to wait for the pullback, right? And then from there, you go in and sell it until the highest point that you feel comfortable. Don't overhold. Don't over keep it for long enough and be like, whoa, this thing is going to go to $10. No, you got to have something clear in your mind that's like, okay, if I go in and I make $1, this thing is $10 and I'm able to get $1 of trading on this trade, that right there is 10%. 10% is very easy to get. 50% is hard. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you this, right? So this is the concept. Buy low, sell high. Okay, when you short, you're borrowing a stock from the lender, from the platform. They lend you the stock at this price and say, well, you could hold this stock. Okay, but you know what? This is the price that you're getting it. Let's say it's $10. Okay, now you're betting on the fact that this thing is going to continue going down. So you got it at $10 and now you want to go in and get to basically buy it. You buy it at a cheaper price and you give back that stock or that share to the company because you just borrowed it. And because you borrowed it, right, now you got to pay them a fee. So they get a little small percentage commission, but then you keep the difference. So from $10 to $5, that difference from there on the pricing, you're now giving it back to them for what you paid of $5, and now you're keeping that extra, $4.75 for you. Okay, let's just say, right? Every company has different fees, and every stock is different. Shout out to Ross Cameron, right? Ross Cameron, right? When he comes in and he makes $232,000 or $40,000 in one day, or loses $30,000 in one day, he's buying 10,000 shares, 15,000 shares at, let's say, $10. Okay, at $10, right? So if we go in and bring out the math on this, right? Let's say 15,000 shares, right? Again, times 10, that's $150,000. That one play that he got into. So when he gets into that play, he's not looking to go in and get 50% and make 75,000. That's going to be very difficult. He's got and very risky because a 50% will mean that he will have to buy at $10 and hold it all the way to 15. Does it happen every day? Hell no. Does it happen once in a while? Yes. But the truth is that the way how he's profitable and most people are profitable, it's not by holding till 50%. That's where us beginners, we mess up. Okay? Right? When we mess up, we go about this the wrong way. We say, I got $1,000. I'm trying to make $500. No, that's difficult. Right? A 50% profit is very hard to get because by the time you see something moving, it's already up 30, 40, 50%. So for it to go to 100% of that, right, it's going to be hard. That's like most stocks, let's say it was at $2 the previous day. Now on opening, it's at $2.10. By the time you get to see it on your scanner, on your top gainers list, is usually like around 280, 290. Okay? 250, let's say. So for you to go in and get a 50% of that, it will have to go like $1 up, $1.25 up, which would be like 375, right? Let's just say, right? That will be where you might want to go in and around there. It's like that's like your 50% range or something, right? So in a sense, that's where you will want to go in and make your bread because you already saw it late. The people that came in and saw it on pre-market or saw it the previous day and they got some insight, right? They got in early, right? They could hold. There's opportunities like that. There's times that you see a news or you see something and you hold and you're like, oh shit, this shit went 200%. That could happen, but that doesn't happen every day. So what you got to put in your head is, I don't want to make $500 a day, right? What I want to make is on my trade is 3 to 10%. Now, if the trade is so good and it's, it keeps going and you see like, yo, this shit is not dropping, keep moving your take profit. Keep moving your stop loss. Keep moving your take profit. Keep moving your stop loss for as high as you can. Now, when the shit drops, your stop loss is right there. And guess what? Now you basically made 27% on your initial investment. But usually what you're going to be going for is your 3 to 10%. If it comes down, if it goes, let's say 10%, 11%, and it comes down and you have your stop loss and you have moved it up to 5%, you just made 5%. And it's fine. That this thing continues going up, hallelujah. Good, good luck for the person that actually held it and it kept going. Because what usually happens is it goes to 11%, it goes to 15%, and people are thinking, well, this thing is going to continue going up. The guys that are the Ross Camerons, the fucking the money makers, the playmakers, they getting out because they already got their 10%. They already got their 5%. When Ross Cameron goes in and says, well, I made in a play $30,000, right? He's a momentum trader. There's opportunities that go like that out of nowhere just pops, boom. From, let's say it was, $2 and it goes to $2.40. Boom. Right there, that's around, how much is that? That's around $2. He gets in at $2. There's a so let's say $2 times 100 divided by $2.40. Okay. So technically it comes out to around, what's that? That's like 17, like a 17%, like a 17% around there. right? So around 17%, right? So just from going from $2 to 40 cents, okay? So that's like 17%. Now, if you came in and you have $150,000, right, that you bought in, and you made 0.17, you just made $25,000. Okay, you just made $25,000. So when you see somebody like Ross Cameron, he's looking for 20 cents. He's looking for 40 cents. He's looking for a small percentage, 10%, right? Now, if it goes 30%, 40%, that's a big play. That's when you see those $250,000 that he made. But also too, if you go in, there's a video that for him, he took a huge loss of like $180,000. He had $1 million in play. That means he lost 18% of that, right? And he lost $180 million. So for us as, let's say, beginners, I'm putting myself in your shoes as a, beginner in this thing. If I focus on making 3 to 10% every single time, right? I'm making $30 to $100 every single day. And every single day, this pot of 1,000 is growing. My capital is growing. My capital is growing. And because I have a good system that's working for me, and I'm profitable, right? I'm profitable every single day, or at least, let's say, 5 days out of 7 days. Let's just say, there's like 21 days. So let's say you're profitable, let's say 16 days out of the 21 days, right? Because you're profitable in those days, right? And you're always keeping yourself in this range of, hey, I'm just trying to make this much a day. If you're able to do this, your account's going to grow. Your account's going to grow and you're going to be in profit, right? If you don't do it this way, you're going to fucking lose because you're taking too much risk. Think about it like this. Like, it's hard for you to go in and get a 50%. Like, let me see if I open up my this account, right? Just to show you real quick. This is PLRZ, okay? PLRZ. All right, here we go. All right, cool. So this is PLRZ, right? If I would have been on the computer this morning, right? This is what I would have done, right? I got in at 787, okay? 787. I would have had from 787 to around 730, right? Around there. I would have been able to get out. That right there is, let's just put it from here to here. That's 6%, okay? That's easy to do. A 6%, 7%, that shit, you do that shit multiple times throughout the day. But if you go in and you say, well, yeah, bro, this shit is gonna go to 50%, right? 50% from this area, right? Because let's say I got $1,000 and I want to make $500 and I'm focusing on the dollar amount with $1,000, right? 50% means it will have to go all the way to like $12. Okay? All the way to $12. So even if you was profitable, let's say some people come in and they'll be like, okay, I saw this movement this morning. Okay, this thing came up, boom, right? And then I want to get in. I get in here. Some people hold this, right? Even though they're up 26, 27%, but they're like, man, I need to make $500. So to make $500 from the $6, you will have to go all the way to $10. Okay? What if you never get there? And that's what happens. Usually you're not going to get to that 50% because you already saw it late. But you could have had a 27%. There's people that don't cash out, even myself included, where every single time that I've lost money was this problem. I backtracked into 3 years of trading, and I figured out exactly what was wrong with my trading in 2023 and in the beginning of 2024. And it was this. I will be up to 40, 50%, 60% at some times. And because I didn't have a stop loss, or because I was greedy, I'm like, nah, let's see if we could double this whole money to get 100%. When this shit drops, and it drops fast enough, especially in a halt, it's a wrap, bro. This shit could easily go from here, come back down, right? You're trying to get out. You're like, okay, maybe it's going to pop back up to go back up again. The truth is, a lot of times this shit just keeps going down, right? And look, right there, if I would have got out, if I was on the computer, that's why being on the computer is so important. If I would have got out here, from here to here, I would have gotten 6% in profit, no matter what. But because I wasn't in the computer, I didn't have time to get out. So technically, I ended up losing like 22% of my initial investment. Yeah, like 17% of my initial investment I lost. Okay? But that's the thing. If you're trading and you're getting into this thing, you gotta protect your initial investment, no matter what. Even if you only get 1%. I see some people that they be like, yo, let the fucking play go. Let it play out. No. You do that. You let it play out. And the reason why there's a lot of guys that let's say you look at a guy like TJR or a couple of the other guys, they have the capital. A lot of guys, their emotional state, they're not connected to it because they have the cash. Like if I was to go in, like for me, I'll give you an example. Like somebody, you see me, right? I'm doing okay, but I got to work hard for my shit, right? I got to do a lot of stuff. I got to do a lot of work. Got to do the courses, got to do the digital products. I got to set up the ads. I got to fucking answer emails. I got to look for job opportunities. I got to think about doing research about what's happening in the market. I got to fucking work. So when I go in, I can't let the play go because it's like, that's my hard work. Somebody like TJR, somebody like fucking Ross Cameron, they'll let the shit play out and be like, well, I'm holding until it comes back. The truth is, they not worried about shit because they got, 1,000 people paying them $4,000 a month. That's like $400,000 a month. So if you lose $20,000, $30,000, what do you care? I'll hold it. Shit. If I'm making $500,000 a month, of course I'll hold that. But shit, I don't give a fuck. I'll hold it until it comes back. Right? But that's why they have that freedom. It's the capital. You don't have that freedom. What you have is, I gotta protect my investment. So I gotta use stop losses. I gotta make sure that I get in the right moment. Like, to look at this one, like PRZ. Okay, to stay in this example, PRZ is not a bad trade. The thing was that by me waking up in the morning and now waiting until I got into my computer, I got in the wrong spot. But PRZ is actually a good play. You could have came in at $6, ride all the way to $2, right? Which is $8 there. That would have been a nice sweet play. That right there is probably a $200 play. You get what I'm saying? But you gotta protect yourself. You go in, you say, well, let me wait until this opportunity comes in. Okay, I'm gonna come in. Let me see, where's my horizontal line? Okay, let's say I'm right here, right? I'm seeing this thing is curling up. I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing this thing is coming back up, right? And I might say, you know what? I'll go in. I'll buy right here, right? Where that blue line is. Let me see if I can change the color of this. I'm going to put this green. No, so I can see it better. Okay, that blue line, right? I come in there and I'm putting my stop loss at the bottom here of this, right? So I could say I got from 633. If it goes to under 688, you know what? I'm getting out. But now I'm letting this thing play out from there because it never touched down at the bottom here anymore. It never got to 590. So if I would have went in and just let it from 626, let it play, boom, and just come back up and sell at $8. It never went under my stop loss here. Now, there's some people that, like I said, if they got the bread, they don't care because they have ways that other bread is coming in. It's like me, like I'll let something play out. If it's like $500, I'm like, let that shit play out, because I'll make like $3,000-$4,000 a day, right? But these guys, they're playing on a different ball game. Their reach and how much they charge for their services and the products and this, they charging like $5,000-$10,000 on a monthly basis. So you calculate 1,000 people, they're making like $500,000 a fucking month. They could care less to lose 20,000 when you have a guaranteed 500,000 coming in the next month. You know what I'm saying? For you, Henry, you got to protect your shit. You can't go into using margin unless you have a system where you say, hey, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. And I'm only losing at the most, 1-2%, right? Or 3% at the most. If you lose more than that, then, your account is going to get blown up. Okay? It is what it is. Reading through here. Hey, Joe, just paid Diamond membership Saturday. Where can I find the accountability meeting to join a Discord through the platform? I'm going to put, it's actually in the Tech Accelerator. Go to codingphase.teachable and click on the Tech Accelerator. And then from there, the link to the meetings is going to be in there. I'm going to actually go in and create a link within Coding Phase, the platform. Okay? So everybody that's a legacy user is going to have, like yourself, is going to have access to that section, which is going to be the live meetings. Only you guys going to see those links. But I'll put it on codingphase.com. It's going to say live meeting. Let me see. Henry, why are you using margin? I mean, margin is good. Margin is good, but you have to have a system. You have to have a system where you're protecting your investment, because what happens with margin is that you're losing 4 times as much. So if I was to go in and be like, man, I lost 10%, in reality, I lost 40% because I was using margin. You know what I mean? That's why when you use margin, like someone like Ross Cameron and all these other guys, they win big, but it's not because they risking a lot. They're risking a small amount, and they already have a system that's working for them. For Ross Cameron, all he's getting is 40 cents. He don't even hold for that long. And if he holds for $1, he makes mad bread. That's when you see him, damn, I just made 50,000. Hey, I just made 100,000. Yeah, that was a 50-cent play. For me and you, we look at 50 cents, we're like, damn, that's $50. We don't even get excited for it. But this is why, in this course, I'm teaching you guys how to understand this, because if you get consistently that 3 to 10% and you're making $50, $100 a day, right? Now it's just about scaling it. Then your following month, you start with $2,000, and now you're trying to get $75 a day, $125 a day. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have more capital that you could go in. So when you started with just every play was $100, right? Let's say it's $1,000 and every play is $100, right? And you're trying to get 10%, that means that you're making $10 on your play. Some place you might make 20, some place you might make 35, some place you might lose 5, some place you might lose 10, but you still always in that same range. And at the end of the day, you have 5 to 10% of your total account value. Now, once you have that total account value, remember that compounds slowly but surely. By the end of the month, you'll have an extra $700, $800. So now you're not starting with $1,000. You're starting with $1,800. So now every play that you're doing is $180. You get what I'm saying? Because you're already consistent with doing $100 plays, and you've seen that your system works. Now it's about scaling it. And little by little, once you feel comfortable. Another thing too, don't buy into a trade if you feel nervous. If you feel like you're getting the butterflies, you're feeling that means that money is too much. you're putting too much into it. Like me, if I put in, $500, I could do that shit with my eyes closed. If I put in $1,000 or $1,500 into one play, I start getting a little. You know why? Because $1,000 to me is still money. $500 is like fucking nothing. $1,000 is like, yo, I know what I gotta work to make $1,000. $500, I'm like, I'll do that shit in a day with my eyes closed, right? Anything above 1,000, I'm already like, right? So that's when, unless I'm like 100% sure or like I'm like very confident in a play, I'm not putting $1,000 on the play. Because what also happens is by you being nervous and sizing too much, it won't even let you think clearly. Because now you're watching the play the whole fucking time. You're like, oh man. Or maybe you're getting out so early because you're like so scared. Man, I don't want to fucking lose $100. Because if I lose 10%, it's $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then don't trade with 1,000. Trade with just 100 where you're comfortable. If you lose $10, who gives a fuck about $10? You get what I'm saying? But when you're doing margin, remember that shit counts for 4 because you're going in, you're putting 100, you're buying with margin. They basically allow you to trade with 400. Now you go in, you trade that, you lose 10%. You're not losing $10. You're losing $40 because it's your $10 plus their $30. And then on top of that, you got to give them a commission. You know, they're going to charge you because they lent you that. So it might be like 42, 41. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Yeah, FOMO be hitting hard, man, sometimes. But that's why the best thing to do is not to trade through your phone. It's easy to just control yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, listen. I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, guys, links in the description. You still got 50% off for the rest of this week. So take advantage. Definitely take advantage of the sale that we have there. And link in the description also for the trading course. If you're interested in this, if you feel like, hey man, this is something I want to learn, hey, come in, learn the tools, right? The goal for this course is not to make you a millionaire, not to make you rich. You're going to find your own way, but you need to learn the tools and learn how to see opportunities. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to lose money. You know what I'm saying? And if you start paying attention to the shit you see on YouTube, like, again, I know you watching me on YouTube, you're like, look at this fucking clown. He's like, yo, if y'all pay attention to the shit that's on YouTube, and here's Joe tap dancing on YouTube, right? You're like, yeah, Joe, stop it. Now, but there's guys that what they do is they hype this shit up, bro. I fell victim to that shit. I thought that this shit was so easy. If I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't even have fucking traded with real money. You know what I mean? Like, straight up. Like, I could tell you, you're not supposed to trade with real money until you have a system where you are consistently green for at least 2 to 3 months. And when you come in with 2 to 3 months, you start with $1,000. I came in with like $15K. I flipped that $15K to 50 something $1,000 and then lost that shit all throughout 2023 until I realized I gotta really learn how to do this shit. I can't be playing around because, you know, I still got a bunch of money saved up, but I'm really itching. I'm like, yo, I want to go deep. I want to put 100,000. I would have lost everything. Right now, y'all would have seen me under a bridge somewhere. Yo, man, I code for food. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have seen me somewhere, right? So that's why, I created this course to break it down to you guys that until you learn these things, right? Like, you shouldn't be trading with real money. And also, too, you shouldn't trade if you don't know the tools. You don't know how to set up your stop loss. You don't know when the opportunity is. You don't know what's the good patterns, right? What's the safest patterns? You see a lot of the stuff that you see like online, like those, like Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron does momentum trading, but mind you, he has a platform that when he sends a trade, it's instant. Most people's on Webull. Most people's on Robinhood. That if you guys don't know, Webull and Robinhood, what they do is the reason why it's fucking free of commissions, they sell the data to the big boys. So the big boys, they get to see how many orders are coming in. So if I go in, I say, yo, I want to sell at 8. They already, by the time I say, put my sell order at 8, they already saw that shit. They saw it instantly. So Ross Cameron already could see on his level too. He's like, oh shit, Joe's trying to sell at 8. Little does he know I'm going to sell at 797. Right? So now I'm there holding the bag, looking like a tintin and like, huh? I thought this shit was going to go to 8. But it touched 797. Yeah, stupid, you're on Webull. They sell your data. You get to save money on commission, but you have to also know how these tools work. How is this shit free? You get what I'm saying? I didn't know none of that shit, bro. Most people don't know how that shit works. That's why I created this course for those of you guys that is interested on how to get into this thing carefully, right? Califully Code 2006 says, so focus on paper trading, no prop firms in the beginning. I mean, prop firms is like I talked about prop firms earlier. I wouldn't use prop firms, bro. Prop firms is like, it's a safe way to trade futures, right? But I wouldn't trade with prop firms because they have a lot of limitations, right? Which in a sense is good for beginners, but in reality, those guys that you see online that they'll be like, yeah, I'm using this prop firm. Those guys don't make money from fucking trading. The guys that make money from trading, they're trading with their own money. Shout out to there's a couple of people. I found more girls that are real traders than the guys that you see online. All these guys that's using prop firms, they literally what they do is they get paid for a commission for every time that people sign up to the prop firms. You get what I'm saying? So they yeah, man, I'm using XY, whatever prop firm or this and that. XY prop firm just gave me a payout. Most people go in there, pay $500, never even pass the fucking test, don't get a payout. But guess what? You already pay your $500. For that, you go in and you trade on a simulator, you trade that for free. Okay? You get a system that works for you, and when you're ready, you take $1,000, you take $500, whatever you feel like you're comfortable with. And when you have a system that you could win with small gains consistently, that's when you have the time when you say, well, now I'm going to take a risk because I've been consistent for the past 6 months. I'll throw 10,000. Then at that point, you're making some good bread because, you got, let's say you do a $10,000 play, right? This is another thing too that I cover in the course, and you have margin, all right? You have a $10,000 play. Maybe you're using an offshore account, right? And they give you 4x leverage, right? So you might have 10,000. Really, you're using 40,000, and then now with that 40,000, you go in, trade, and you get 10%, right? What's 10% of 40,000? That's $4,000 in one shot. You get what I'm saying? Now it makes sense, but you shouldn't even be trying to trade with $10,000, right? If you can make consistently $50 to $100 a day, because it's just about scaling. It's not about that you're gonna do so much better if you invest more money. No, if you could go in and take $10 and you say, well, with $10 I could make $1, I could do the same thing with $50. I could make $5. And if I could take $100 and make $10, I could do the same thing with $1,000 and now make $100. I'll take $10,000. I could go in and make $1,000 in one day, right? If I could go in and do that again, I do it with 50,000, and that 50,000 I could go in and make 5,000. I do 100,000. Now every play I do is a $10,000 play. You get what I'm saying? But that's because you already have a system that has been working from when you was only doing $50 plays. Okay. Let me see. Shout out to everybody. Joe Morrow says public doesn't sell order flow, but it's app only, no desktop. All right. What you want me to say? Look, what I'm saying is a lot of the orders they already know. Okay, they already know because they could see it. They could see the different when people go in and put a sell order. Okay, and it's the same shit with the dark pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit, a lot of schemes. There's people that also too know ahead of time. Like, I remember, I forgot what stock was this. Damn, there was one that was in the summer that randomly popped up. Somebody bought like $1 million worth of some random stock that was like under 20 cents or some shit like that. And it just popped up to like 40 cents. And everybody was like, wait, what the hell? There's no news? What's going on? Then, mind you, like at 12 o'clock, they announced that they did some crypto. They're doing a crypto asset, this and that, doing for a WorldCoin or some shit like that. And everybody's like, yo, everybody was like this, like the meme, like for real? Like, who knew about this shit at 420? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knew about this shit at 420 that bought $1 million worth of this shit? Right? So the idea that people don't know, they know, bro. They know. They know when retail is buying shit. You know what I'm saying? And when you're putting a sell order. So yeah, focus on trading your own money. Even as far as like when you decide you're ready. Don't trade with real money unless you have a system. You give yourself time. This is something that you're gonna need time. Always remember this. Just like learning how to code, you can't go in and build a full stack application on your first month, right? It's not gonna happen, right? You have to go in and learn HTML, CSS. You gotta learn JavaScript. You gotta learn, front end and learn how all this shit works. Then the back end and how all this shit works together. It's the same concept, bro. The exact same concept. It takes time, but once you get it, then you're good to go. Okay. So my suggestion is, you take it slow. Today, that's what we're gonna be doing in the course, in the trading course, trading fundamentals. Is now we're not even going into Webull. Webull is the last step. We're going straight into TradingView, where you can go in and paper trade through there. Webull is the last step of the course. I don't want you guys putting $1 into the market unless you have a consistent flow. Give yourself a month, 2 months of being consistent, and then from there you take the risk that you feel comfortable with. But that's your risk. Okay, not mine. So you have to understand that, now again, we're also going to talk about investing long-term in swing trades. So day trading is a different ballgame. Day trading is you see an opportunity, you're trying to get in and get out. Investing is like, you want to go in and invest into something that's long-term, like Nvidia. Like right now, Nvidia is down like crazy. Okay, it's been down. It was down. Okay, right? And everybody was talking shit about Nvidia, like, oh, Nvidia's going down, this and that. But guess what? If you were smart, you came in, you bought at 170 a couple of days ago. Right now, you will be, $15 up. Which for some of you guys be like, $15, that ain't shit. But when you go in, you say, well, I got $1,000 in here, right? And I just made, let's say, was it 170? So let's say 170 times 100 divided by 185. Okay, so that's like a 9%, right? Like a 9%, which is not bad. Okay, which is definitely not bad for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 days. Okay. So in 4 days, you're already up 9%. Okay. 8-9%. Now, if you go in and you calculate that and be like, well, if it's been growing like this and I believe in this company and I know AI is not going nowhere and I know none of this stuff is going to go away, like NVIDIA is going to still be around for gaming cards. It's still going to be around for the PlayStation 6, for this, and that, right? This is a long-term play. So if I was to buy right here, right, and this thing continues to go up, right, even if it doesn't go up, I know this is a long-term play. Even if it comes down to like 150, right? Even if it comes down to 150, I'm comfortable with that because I'm investing in it for the long term. Whatever happens this year, it's irrelevant. I'm looking at the shit for next year. And next thing you know, this shit is at 300 next year, hopefully, right? So let's say you invested, $100 every day or $50 a day, $20 a day, whatever it is. A year from now, you could have 50% of that. And it's, more safer than you day trading. You get what I'm saying? A great example of this is, I'll leave that shit for the course. Like I'm giving too much game right now. Let me see. The Diamond Lifetime members get this course for free or are we purchasing? Yeah, y'all gonna get access to this. Y'all gonna get access to this for January. Okay? And the reason I'm doing that is because as I'm building the course and adding the videos, it allows me the freedom to get feedback from people without having everybody on the course at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Because if I have everybody in the course, I got like 50 freaking comments, freaking questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? Hey, I'm lost on this. No, just wait until the whole shit's finished. Now, the people that pre-order it is like, hey, you get it early, right? But you understand that we're building it as as you're taking it. And then that way it allows you to ask questions and I can help you out in that process. So yeah, diamonds definitely get it. Okay. Again, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Take care, guys. All day today, I'm just working on this trading course. And yeah, man, we're gonna get this done hopefully by the end of this weekend. All right. I'll see you guys later.